coming up on today's show, we celebrate the 20th anniversary of the 2004 Hugh Jackman monster action movie, Van Helsing.
He's the first one to kill a vampire in over 100 years. I'd say that's earned him a drink.
Stay tuned. Welcome to Scary World, where we walk you through the latest and greatest in the world of horror. I am your host, Arturo Padilla.
Hi.
For those of you just joining us, don't forget to subscribe to the channel up above and say what's up down below. Now that we got that out of the way, we have one major rule around here. No spoilers. There are 5 categories: production, story, ensemble, horror, and legacy. Each category can score up to 2 points.
Showtime.
Per IMDb, the synopsis goes, the famed monster hunter is sent to Transylvania to stop Count Dracula, who is using Dr. Frankenstein's research and a werewolf for nefarious purposes. This production looks solid. Director Stephen Sommers did a real nice job making sure this production did not go off the rails, especially with all the lackluster CG in the early portion of the movie. Sommers had previously directed the very awesome Mummy movies, The Mummy and The Mummy Returns with Brendan Fraser, some of my favorite horror action movies. He also went on to direct the very underrated Odd Thomas with the late and the great Anton Yelchin. This movie looks good. The stylized action sequences are shot and composed well. The movie has a nice dark ambiance that suits the theme and the story, but everything is lit well and you can see all of the action. The overall execution is a success. Director Stephen Sommers made sure that every facet of this production was executed at a professional level, and you can see it on the screen. And for the solid execution and making sure that the CG did not overwhelm the entire movie, this movie gets a 1 for production. The story and the script was also written by Sommers. Structurally, all of the acts are built well, but they are a little hefty. The movie is rather long, running at over 2 hours. The story takes some time to get going. The first 30 to 45 minutes are very heavy on exposition and very low on entertainment. Fortunately, after the first hour, the movie drastically picks up the pace and heightens the action and the drama. It turns into a heck of a popcorn flick.
In 1462, Dracula was banished to an icy fortress.
And then the devil gave him wings.
I really enjoyed how this story turned itself around, because at first, honestly, it was rough. I was a little bored, and the CG was not helping, and it was not looking good for this movie. But I kept at it, and the story turned around, and it got better. The actors got better. The CG, it did get a little better as the movie progressed. I'm not sure if my eyes just got used to the lackluster quality of it, but it did get better in the long run in terms of the story. It was not a detriment, which I do appreciate. That being said, I really liked how this movie ended. I thought the third act was really successful. It definitely ramps up all of the good stuff that happens in this movie and leaves you with a really nice overall story. I like how we start off with a different kind of goal and then we end up with something completely different. I really enjoy the transition of the story, and it really helped keep me engaged throughout this movie. As I mentioned, it is a little long, so I do appreciate the fact that the story got better. And for the awesome turnaround in the story, this movie gets a really solid 1 for this category. As mentioned before, I liked the way this movie turned out, and I really enjoyed that third act. The cast and the characters were really fun and really kept this movie together. It took some time to get used to the mediocre performances of the antagonists at first.
Is this your silver steak? How long has it been? 400 years?
And of Kate Beckinsale, to be honest, but they turned it up in the second half of the movie and did not disappoint throughout. Hugh Jackman was awesome as Van Helsing. He really knows how to shine on screen and how to do good action.
Van Helsing! You murderer!
I also really enjoyed the performance of Shuler Hensley, who portrayed Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein monster!
Monster! Who's the monster here? I've done nothing wrong, and yet you and your kind all wish me dead.
He really managed to add this unexpected emotional layer to the story that really worked out and really hit home well.
Go! Find the cure! Save yourself!
A big kudos and commendation goes out to the entire cast and the entire supporting cast as well. They really managed to just keep you engaged in this movie, from the friar who continues helping Van Helsing throughout the movie and all his gadgets, to Kate Beckinsale and her drama with her family, and Dracula, who actually has a better performance in the latter part of the movie. Everything just ends up working really well. These actors keep you in the moment and they have a lot of fun with these roles, and you can tell. And for the great set of characters and the cast who portrays them very admirably and how interesting they get as the movie progresses, this movie gets the full score of a 2 for ensemble. They did a great job. There's a bunch of monster action in this movie and it's awesome. Some of it looks really good and holds up throughout the years, and some of it doesn't age too well. Particularly in the beginning of the movie, as I've been saying throughout the course of this review, the CG does not hit as hard as the latter part. Aside from the CG, the movie also showcases some really good practical effects and makeup. This is a case of taking the good with the bad. It all manages to blend well as the movie progresses, and it ultimately is a visual success. I love the look of Frankenstein. I love the prosthetics on him. I love the way his brain works and the electricity they have up there. I thought it was really clever. It looks great on the screen. I love the look of Igor. I love how dastardly he looks.
Please don't kill me. Why not?
How just ugly he looks as just an outright character. You don't know whether he's a monster, human, you don't know. It looks really good throughout the movie. I really enjoyed how this all turned out, and I cannot praise it enough. It is a really entertaining, captivating, compelling, all those words you want to use. This movie is it. I really had fun with this movie. And for the very fun horror action that we get and the very cool monster designs we get, the practical prosthetics we get here, the improvement of the CG in the latter portion of the movie, this movie gets the full score of a 2 for horror. I had a really good time with this movie. The story and the characters got progressively better, along with the monster CG and the action. This thing started out super sus, but it turned out to be the horror blockbuster we all deserved. And for all the entertainment and for all the monsters we get on screen and Hugh Jackman's sexy hair, this thing gets the full marks of a 2 for legacy. So to tally it up, Van Helsing received a 1 for production, a 1 for story, a 2 for ensemble, a 2 for horror, and a 2 for legacy, bringing its total score up to 8. I will definitely be revisiting this movie from time to time throughout the course of the years. This was my first rewatching of this movie in, I can't even think about how long, in a long, long time. I vaguely remember the first time I watched it, and I am so glad I saw it with nice and clear eyes, because this thing was worth it. It was so good. I really loved this movie. I had so much fun. Go watch Van Helsing this week. It is a fun horror action movie.
Can you tell me what time it is?
And that's a wrap, folks. Thank you for watching Scary World. Don't forget to drop a comment down below and hit the thumbs up on the video. Most importantly, do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tell all your friends, your family, and their pets to come on down to CorpseFeed and subscribe. We have spoiler-free horror movie reviews for you guys dropping every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we have the official CorpseFeed podcast, The Morgue, dropping every Tuesday anywhere you get your podcast streams. We are also on all the social platforms. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share over there, because we are everywhere. We will see you on Friday for another episode. And remember, it's a scary world out there, but we are here to walk you through it.